I look after all of the technology aspects of the products and services that we sell that sit within a traditional organization that's highly siloed, who sells our products to our customers. But through a few disruptors, and we'll pick a common set of examples, I'm going to explain how we've tried to adjust and change and take part, firstly, from a traditional perspective in terms of how do we change our portfolio, how do we embrace more choice and control, but also how that's also led on to other opportunities that actually help us create the network effects for ourselves and also for our customers. So we do sit with BT, selling BT products and services, traditional telco organisation, heavily present in the UK, but also with a global infrastructure. And we're constantly an organisation trying to protect our niche. We sell and compete with the Verizons and the AT&Ts and the Oranges, and it's a small pool, and we have a very sort of traditional approach which says we need to be the best in that market. It's completely counter to a digital native business starting up today. In fact, 100 yards away, there's fantastic ideas being born out of teenagers that are just this left-hand model is completely alien. Their first model, the lean startup, they're going to crowdsource. They're going to build their business through collaboration. The model on the right that says how do I get the end result as fast as possible is just going to be normal to them. They won't expect anything different, and why should they? It's fast. It makes money quick. It's exciting. So if we just overlay the example of ourselves, about 7 years ago, a bookseller decided they could sell IT. And we looked at that and went, that's a bit weird, isn't it? It's like, well, we do IT, we attach IT to our network services. Why is a bookseller suddenly doing that? So we were kind of in this situation and just putting some examples of the products and services that we've got. So we've seen this disruption, and our first foray into this is think niche. Okay, well, we've got IT services, we sell compute, therefore we can do it at the same speed that they can. Well, actually no, because we didn't have the same thinking that they had then. So we did what a lot of organizations have done and gone out and looked at, can we get some technology? Let's get a VMware cloud in, let's get an OpenStack, a cloud stack, whatever type of orchestration. Let's think technology, build a platform, sell it again. But actually we're still in the left-hand side model. What we ended up with was saying, well, still looking to our customers, how do we change the way in which we sell those services by embracing the fact that actually let's not compete with an Amazon or a Microsoft or a Google, who are all fantastic organizations in their own right and have fantastic services that our customers want. Our customers also want services from us too. So let's adopt the model that says, well, let's not completely protect our niche. Let's actually say we should be in a good position as a telco that is used to bringing together lots of services and in putting professional services around solutions for customers. Let's give as much choice and control as possible. Now, that in itself isn't also that transformational. Most organizations do some form of solutioning around it. The big difference, and why we ended up creating this platform capability, we call it our compute management system, is the other effect that's happened in our lives is the consumerisation, the fact that I've taken it out of my pocket now, but we've all got a smartphone in our hands. So I challenge anyone who does not have a smartphone in this room, and will expect an app to download within an instant. We probably all expected Wi-Fi to be in the room. There's certain elements of technology and the speed and the acceptance of services today, we just expect it fast. We also expect it to be faultless in its delivery. So the stuff in this ring, all of the things that we do and all of the things that other people provide to deliver an IT solution for a customer's requirement is all great, not new, but it becomes new when the service experience is completely integrated. And when we were looking at how do we didn't have the language of digital ecosystem management and platform plays 5 years ago. That didn't exist. You could see opportunity, but the clarity in the language has come out in the last 12, 18 months when we've seen books from Professor Parker and colleagues have built the platform revolution. the huge amounts of analysis have been able to start to sort of structure this so you can start to follow a blueprint. We created the compute management system again ourselves to do our job better. But what I'll go on to show is actually that in turn becomes a catalyst for bringing together other people's services that create those network effects that Simon was talking about. So simplistic model, our stuff, bring together with other partner-related capabilities, whether it's a Microsoft Azure or a Trend capability. They're great tools and services. We're not a software company that produces very clever antivirus capabilities. Trend do that. Trend's got a great brand. Leverage Trend's brand with our services. We can do networks and IT and data centers well, bring them together. They're good capabilities. What becomes really interesting, though, then is when we talk to other customers that go, actually, we need a cloud. We need our own private infrastructure. But we're not specialists in building that stuff, but you are. So can you build that for us, but give it to us with the same economics, the same payment capabilities, and so on and so forth? So what we end up saying is, well, actually, yes, we can do that, and we can start considering more of a wholesale model, the producers of services, making them available to other services. But we can do it quicker and faster by leveraging a digital platform in order to make that speed, efficiency, and the simplicity of a single service experience. So the purple box in the middle, actually, what does a DEM platform look like? Well, we're not doing anything that we haven't been doing for thousands of years. If you've got goods and services to sell, you're going to exchange them for cash, and there's a process in which that happens. You need to trust the person that you're dealing with. You need to be able to offer a catalogue of services or products and capabilities. You need to be able to provide some vehicle in which to sell them, and so on and so forth. So the chevrons that you see along the top are the very traditional end-to-end delivery process and in-life management. The issue is in the digital model to get that service experience and literally give the digital online experience. I expect to hit a portal. I expect the service to be available, in a sensible time frame, whether it's a virtual machine I get in 30 seconds, or it could be a book that is delivered, in hardback the next day, or via a drone within 1 hour if you're in the middle of London, and so on and so forth. You need a platform in order to do that. And one of the choices that you will have if you choose to go down this path is, do you build one of these? Airbnb have built one, Uber's built one, Amazon's built one, Microsoft's built one. They've all got their own proprietary platform, in order to enable their digital environment. We created one because we have, like I'm sure many of you, we've got a lot of legacy systems. We've got systems that have been in play for many, many years that deal with receivables management and producing invoices and so on and so forth. And Simon mentioned about the Ninja IT. This isn't about a rip and replace everything. This isn't go buy a box of software and build a completely separate environment. Most organizations with legacy who need to do the transformation never have the luxury of start from scratch. You've always got to do some integration. So part of our challenge was how we leverage what we've got, but overlay the elements that need to be much more adaptable and fast. So if we make that very practical, what does it look like for a customer that we've actually been working as a high innovation project? So Milton Keynes is one of the UK's leading smart cities, and they're leveraging the technology that we have within our compute management system to enable their city to be smart. And the green box in the middle is their interpretation of that very generic slide that you saw at the middle. They've taken some of the core components that they needed in order to make the smart city work. They've also built and developed some other capabilities that are required in order to actually create the network effects that they needed. So if we take a simple example with Milton Keynes, one of the things they want to do is make car parking easy. I don't know if you've ever been to Milton Keynes, there's a lot of roundabouts. it's a very efficient design, but once you get into the centre, actually parking a car is quite a challenge. You know, where do you go? So what they've actually done is put hundreds of sensors across all of the car parks. So there is a data feed that, you know, if there's a free space, you can get access to it. So then that's a great bit of data feed. It's a great IoT story. Somebody bought a load of sensors and produced some data. Thing is, the data is actually pretty useless. What it needs to be is turned into information and then delivered to the end user. So now you need a set of developers that require a platform which actually has got some security inherently built into it so they can get access to the data, develop an application that can end up on your device, leverage the device's GPS to then say, well, actually, there's a free car parking space if you turn left, right, left. And that, in turn, starts developing network effect. Very simple solution, very handy, good social service. There's also a net effect that we've started to see that comes from that is, well, actually, if you're a small business that might have 5 car parking spaces in front of your store, actually, why can't you add those as a provider of service to this list? So all of a sudden, now you can get revenue. Now all of a sudden, not only have you given a social service, but actually there's an ability and a mechanism through the digital platform to allow somebody with car parking spaces to start participating in the same seamless end-to-end experience. So these are all early days. It's a high innovation project. It's been very, very successful. But the point of this is you have to start thinking about the what-ifs. And this is where the network effect becomes really, really easy. Yeah, another completely different way of implementation. This is what we've done with the European Commission. Now, they required highly secure private cloud to deal with all of the 57 departments, whether that's from fisheries to Europol to so on and so forth. They needed their own portal. They needed to be effectively the service provider. They needed to be the Amazon and the Google to their internal departments. But they're not an IT organisation. So what's the best thing for them to do is, well, actually, they want control of this. They want to control through governance what services that can be made available. They want to be able to effectively charge those capabilities to all of those different departments. What they don't want to be in is in the game of delivering network and IT. So we deliver the platform that gives them the control to manage their catalogue of services. We also supply them the services that sit underneath it. So there's the beauty and also the complexity of the services. There are so many permutations and combinations that can be achieved from this model. But what we really found as part of our sort of soul searching and understanding where does our strategy want to be is what do we want to be known for? So we decided that we wanted to be known for being able to provide the best choice and control of IT and network services to our customers. Yeah? And in order to do that, there were some fundamental changes. So we built the platform to do that first, and now what we've found is, well, we're now in a position to turn around and say, well, you can choose to build your own digital platform, but actually we also got one that we can provide, whether you want other BT services or other services from our ecosystem providers. One of the questions that we wanted to end with you is, what do you want to be known for as a digital organisation? Thank you.